Welcome, fellow masters. My name is Musaki from the Chaldea Gurus, and this is time for a beginner's guide. A whole bunch of tips for beginners that will definitely help you guys out. You definitely seem like you wanted something like this, especially in the Saint Quartz video. There's another video that you guys might want to consider about saving Saint Quartz. We're not going to talk about anything like that. For today, we are going to talk about everything that you need to know when you're just starting this game from the beginning. So let's just jump into it. So you're just starting out the game, you're just plugging it in, you go through the tutorial, you end up choosing your gender, choosing your name, and now you finally get to the part where you get to roll for your very own servant. Well, there's a couple servants that you're gonna want to look out for, especially if you're doing re-rolling. What is re-rolling? Re-rolling is literally starting over from the beginning and doing a tutorial roll over again until you get the servant that you want. You got 3 targets that are gonna help you out the most though. Saint Martha is a 4-star Writer class servant, and she is helpful for new players for a lot of reasons. She can actually cleanse debuffs as a regular part of her kit. Normally something like that is tied to a specific noble phantasm, which is a special move of each servant. However, she actually has it on one of her skills. It is tied to a party-wide heal that actually heals 2000 HP as well as cleansing debuffs. On top of that, her damage in normal kit is just very helpful for newer players. It's going to be able to help assist and keep you guys alive for a lot longer. The next person I'm going to suggest rolling for is actually someone that you could be familiar with if you actually watch the Fate series, and that is the 4-star archer Athena. That's right, he's actually in the tutorial role as a 4-star, and he is quite good. He can actually get his noble phantasm fairly quickly out of all the servants that you get in the tutorial role, and he has a slew of buffs. Some that haven't even come out yet, but he has quite a few already that makes him a very powerful servant to start off with. And last but certainly not least, I would be completely remiss if I did not mention the one, the only, the strongest berserker in the world. According to some, Heracles. From zero to hero, Heracles is also in this banner, and he is really good. He has a skill that increases his offensive capabilities. He has a skill which gives him evade, meaning he cannot be attacked for that turn. And he also has guts, meaning that once he dies, he comes back with a set amount of HP. He is built for survivability, and being a berserker, he deals a lot of damage to the widest field possible. There are not going to be many things that are going to stop you when you have a fully leveled Heracles on your side. Heck, even a level 50 Heracles in some of this early content. And just as a long-term goal, if you keep using Heracles, you can get that bond level to 10. That is a long way. But if you do, he is one of the few servants that has a very good bond level craft essence. The bond level craft essence is a craft essence that you get once you reach bond level 10. And for Heracles, he actually gets 3 guts.
Nice.
That's really good. That shows you right off the bat that he is someone worth having for. In fact, multiple people, myself included, re-rolled this game until they at least got 1 copy of Heracles because he is just that powerful starting off. So if you are going to re-roll, definitely aim for Heracles, Athena, or Martha. There could be some people that might favor other servants compared to others, but these 3 are the ones that will definitely help you the most when you're starting out. On a note for the rolling to summoning banners, as you may actually get a craft essence along with these things, definitely do not burn anything. I don't care what your friend said, your brother said, your sister said, that one content creator that made a video 3 years ago saying burn a servant. Don't do it. Right now, when you're just starting off, you need every advantage that you can get. So even if the servant is someone that you don't even know is good, I would definitely keep them, lock them even, so you don't accidentally burn them.
What do you mean by burn, Musaki?
I'll tell you. So if you go here into Vinci's shop, you have the ability called burning. This is where you take servants or craft essence inside your Chaldea and actually burn them for QP or mana prisms. Now the mana prisms might be enticing because she has a shop where you can buy summoning tickets, experience cards, and all sorts of other goodies. But as you stand right now, it is best that you keep and lock all of these, even the craft essences. Even if the effects aren't that great, every craft essence has stats for either HP or attack value for your servants, and that can actually make or break certain encounters. You don't believe me? Trust me, I've lost count of how many times when an opponent is almost dead and they only have 1 HP left and then they kill me the next turn. It is very important to keep this, at least for right now. Once you actually understand a little bit more about the game, what servants good, how to make servants good, then we can go from there. But for right now, just lock everything that you can. After the tutorial role, they're gonna give a couple more tutorial missions to get you through exactly what you need to do. Once you unlock this node, coordinates XG, once you do the main quest there will be a free quest that will have a single berserker enemy, Shadow Berserker Heracles. Now he is very powerful and a new player normally would not be able to take him on so easily. However, we have the support list. The support list is going to be a group of other masters who have played this game ad nauseum. You're going to see their servants when you go to play. Sometimes you go to story missions, you'll see an NPC character at the top, and sometimes that NPC character is the only character there. But for other missions and free quests, generally, you'll have a whole list of servants to choose from. Pick any of them and just slaughter this Shadow Heracles. Pick a strong servant, pick your favorite servant, and then just take them out with that support servant. This will generally jump your master level, which is the level for your actual account, not your servants. It will jump you up 4 or 5 levels depending on what you're doing at the time. And once you do that, just go ahead, finish Fuyuki completely, and then collect the quartz that you get. If you want to know exactly how many quartz you get, I did make a video for how to get Saint quartz for free in Fate Grand Order. You go ahead and click that eye right there to see where it's at. After that, you're going to go ahead and continue to Orleans until you have 40 action points or AP. You'll see this down here in the lower left hand corner where you see your master name, profile, and everything else. Once you have a max number of 40 AP, meaning this number right here, then you are going to go to your Chaldea Gate, Daily Quests, Ember Gatherings. You're going to go to AP 40 Ember Gatherings, the highest one there, and that is going to give you enough experience to level up each time. My suggestion again, either a berserker or a ruler to blow through all of these hands. They're not that strong and they give you experience that you will desperately need. Go ahead and keep doing this, and every time you'll notice that your action points will overfill. You'll keep getting more action points over your maximum and you're going to be set. Your master level is going to be strong. Each level will give you either more action points, more friend slots, and more room for your teams. So that way you can sit here and have multiple 5 stars if you're lucky to get them, instead of having to resort to 1 5-star, no craft essence, Mashu, and a whole bunch of other services you don't really use, you don't really understand yet, but you just want to make sure you can play the
2 hours later.
The next thing, since I brought her up, I do want to mention this here. Aside from the servant that you pull from the tutorial role, whether that's Heracles, Emiya, Martha, or whoever else, if you don't want to go with my suggestions, level up Mash. I'm serious. Take the time to level up Mash as soon as you can. Whether or not you like her personality or think that she's the ultimate Kohai, regardless of how you feel about her, she is a very unique and free servant that you get. Level her up to 30 right away. And every time you can level her up, do it as soon as possible. She is going to be a servant that once you get past a lot of the parts in the story, her skill set will be invaluable to you. She has a whole bunch of skills that are useful for you, and now they're starting to use Mosh as a event servant. So when you get special events, there'll be some times where servants will have bonuses. Mosh generally always has a bonus, so it is always good just to take care of her, level her up as soon as possible. You will not regret it. Now, after you go ahead and done all of your Ember Gathering runs, do this until you can no longer level up once per run. So the moment that it takes 2 times per run, stop and then keep going in the story. At this point, you'll have so many action points. At this point, you'll have so many spots left in your friend list. You'll be good to go. Another tip that's going to be helpful, something that's going to happen a lot depending on what time you join this game, there may be an event. I mentioned events earlier, but there may be an event that has been going on. So in addition to the main story, there's going to be some sort of, whether it be holiday event like Christmas or Halloween, or some sort of special event that's geared toward a specific servant like Nero Fest or Battle of New York. And those events, I don't want you to feel pressure to do them if you're not strong enough. A lot of these things, they could actually be a detriment to you early on. Yes, they have a lot of materials and things, but if you don't have the servants to actually battle and level up properly, you're gonna have a bad time. If you are leveled and you're good and you can take down things easily, by all means join. But regardless of that level, there's going to be one type of event I'm going to always recommend that you do, and that is going to be an event with a welfare servant. Welfare servants is a term that's been coined by the community, in which when you play an event, you have a servant that is given to you for free during this event. So that means you are giving a guaranteed 4-star so long as you complete the event and the requirements in the event to obtain them. Not only that, but you're going to have multiple copies of this servant, so you'll be able to get their Noble Phantasm level to MP level 5, which is the highest it can get. And on top of that, it will give you materials that are special only to that servant in this event as well, so you can level them up to their max potential of level 80. So that is really good. A lot of the best servants in the game are welfares. Chloe von Einsberg, which is connected to the Prisma Cosmos event that's coming out in February of 2021, is very good and definitely should be obtained if possible. So if you go on an event and you see that a servant is a part of it, maybe a special edition servant, maybe is like Elizabeth wearing a Halloween outfit, or Elizabeth wearing a Halloween outfit, or Robot Liz, then definitely take a part of the event. Do what you can to get through this event. We'll have guides on the channel. Lord Asher, our collaborator, will also have things on his website, kscopedia.net. I highly suggest you put that in your favorites on your browser. You will not regret it. Another thing that I think will be super helpful for you is you look at the rarities of the servants. You see 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, and so on. And subconsciously, you're going to see,
Oh man, this is a 5-star. That means this servant is better than any other thing below it. I don't need to worry about that.
incorrect. No matter the servant rarity, I want you to take a look at these servants a little bit harder. Some of the servants that are very valuable for certain team compositions and actually are helpful, even whales in the game actually use, are 3 stars, 2 stars, even 1 stars. It's actually a big deal. One of the best farmers that you're going to have, and you're not even going to believe it, is a 1-star archer named Arash. He literally has one of the highest Noble Phantasm damage that affects AoE. He is very good when it comes to farming. And actually, he was like the 3rd or 4th servant that I got to bond level 10. That's how much I farmed with him. So don't look at rarity as the end-all be-all. Please, if you can, try not to be the type of person that's going to burn anything that isn't gold or isn't a 5-star or 4-star. You're going to really be hampering yourself. Not only does that limit your team compositions, but you're essentially burning some of the better servants in the game just because they don't have a shiny gold border. And on top of that, you have the ability to push these servants to have gold borders. So if that really bothers you so much, you could do that. But seriously, don't burn these servants. And if you want to know a few servants that I think are really good, I actually talked about them before in Level these units. That's more geared toward a guide for Guildcast prep. If you want a general guide, like what general servants 3 stars and under are just very good and just good to level up and focus on, let's get this to 1,500 likes. Let's do that, and then I'll go ahead once again and make the video for you guys. I want to see if you guys are interested in something like that before I make anything else. And plus, I do know people want a guide on how to save Saint Courts in this game, so definitely will do what I can. And actually, that's going to be about it for my suggestions. There are a ton of tips I could say. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I probably missed, and that's when it comes to you, the viewer. What did you think of this video? If you're a new player, was it helpful? Did it actually help you a little bit understand what you should do when you start this game? And for the veteran players, is there something that you would suggest in addition to everything else that I mentioned here? I want to make sure that our community is helpful and welcoming to new players, especially because this game is a little bit older. There's a whole bunch of newer games that are coming out, and sometimes people forget, you know, even though Fake Order is really big, also we want to make sure we're a welcoming community if at all possible. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and hey, if you actually did really like it, it would mean the world to me if you gave this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and like I said, comment down below. We also stream on Twitch. I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, and then other gurus stream on Mondays and Wednesdays. Please, we do all sorts of talks over there. We actually give tips as well during the day, gotcha rolls, all sorts of stuff. So, guys, that's gonna do it for today. My name is Musaki from the Chaldea Gurus, and we are logging out. See ya.